Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a company called Globe PR Wire. Now, this isn't just another player in the media game, they're actually trying to rewrite the entire rulebook for how stories get told in the first place.
And look, this is a huge challenge for pretty much any business out there today, right? The problem isn't a lack of information. We're literally drowning in it. The real struggle isn't just having a voice anymore. It's figuring out how to make your voice heard over all that noise. So to really get what a company like Globe PR Wire is trying to do, we've got to first take a step back. We need to look at the old way of doing things, the, let's be honest, kind of broken system that companies have been stuck with for ages. For decades, PR was basically a numbers game. You had these legacy newswires, right? They were the gatekeepers, and they charged an absolute fortune to take your press release and, well, basically just blast it out into the universe. It was the classic spray and pray approach. You'd send your news to some massive, static email list and just cross your fingers, hoping the right journalist might stumble upon it. Super inefficient, incredibly expensive, and about as precise as a shotgun.
But, in an age of big data and AI, a system like that was just begging to be disrupted. It makes you wonder, right? What if you could swap out that shotgun for, say, a sniper rifle? What if you could use technology to build something way smarter, way faster, and a whole lot more accessible for everyone?
And that's exactly where Glow PR Wire comes in. See, they didn't set out to be just another press release service. No, from day one, they've positioned themselves as a media technology company. That's a key distinction. Their whole mission was different. It wasn't just about sending news. It was about decoding the entire media industry to build a brand new, much smarter foundation for how stories are shared globally.
All right, so let's get into the specifics. Who are these guys? Well, the company's legal name is We Win Tech Consultants, LLC. It was founded on December 17, 2021, by Kaushik Srinivasan Iyengar. Now, these details might seem basic, but they're super important because they really set the stage for the unique tech and strategy we're about to unpack.
Now, what's really interesting is that the vision for Glow PR Wire didn't come from some old-school PR guru. Not at all. The founder, Kaushik Srinivasan Iyengar, his background is in high-stakes operational scaling and digital transformation. So from his time at places like Move8, he saw firsthand how tech can just crush complex problems. But then, on the other side, working with innovators in green tech, he saw these brilliant, world-changing ideas just fizzle out. Why? Simply because they couldn't get their story told. He saw this massive, broken bridge between the people with the ideas and the journalists who could share them. Okay, so that brings us to the million-dollar question. What really makes Glow PR Wire different from all those legacy companies? And the answer isn't just, a cheaper price tag or a slightly bigger email list. No, the real secret sauce is the technology engine they've built. This is their core idea, and it's pretty brilliant. Instead of relying on some dusty old database, their AI platform does what they call a behavioral match. Here's how it works. First, it looks at a journalist's actual digital footprint, what articles they're publishing, what topics they're searching for online. Then it figures out their real-time, super specific beat. So you're not just sending your news to a generic tech writer, you're sending it to the writer who's been obsessing over decentralized lending protocols for the past 2 weeks. And then, finally, it delivers only the news that is a perfect match for that very specific interest. The result? No more spam for the journalist and way more impact for the company.
So their whole tech stack really rests on 3 main pillars. First, there's that algorithmic targeting we just talked about. That's the brains of the operation. Second is a really powerful SEO backbone. This means every single press release is built from the ground up to be easily found and understood by search engines like Google, which is huge for visibility. And third, and this is a big one, they built direct integrations with the major financial terminals. We're talking Bloomberg, Reuters, the heavy hitters. This is massive because it connects private company news directly with the world of institutional finance. Now, having this kind of tech and this forward-thinking mindset gave them a huge advantage. It let them spot a massive opportunity in a brand new industry, an industry that all the old guard players were either completely ignoring or, frankly, running away from. Think about it. When the whole blockchain and Web3 space just exploded onto the scene, the traditional newswires were, they were skeptical, to put it mildly. Many of them flat out refused to touch news from crypto projects. But where they saw risk, Globe PR Wire saw a gigantic opening. They didn't just dip their toes in, they dove right in, building a distribution network from scratch that was specifically designed for this new digital frontier.
And I mean, they really went all in. They built one of the largest dedicated crypto distribution circuits out there, feeding news directly to over 150 media outlets and news aggregators that focus only on blockchain. For any company in the Web3 space, this was a game changer. Suddenly, here was a partner who actually got the technology, understood the community, and, spoke their language.
Okay, so we've talked about the old broken system, and we've talked about the new tech. But what does this all mean for you if you're a business trying to get your story out there? What's the real-world impact? Let's get into the results. First off, they completely rethought what a press release even is. They looked at the modern internet. It's all visual, right? So they built a platform where you can easily embed videos, audio clips, high-res images, the whole shebang. And in doing that, they found something pretty incredible. Their own data shows that when you add multimedia to a press release, it gets a whopping 40% more engagement than a boring old wall of text. 40%, that's huge. The second thing, and honestly, if you're a marketer, this is a total game changer, is their approach to analytics. They just threw out all those useless vanity metrics, like potential audience reach. It's meaningless. Instead, they give you data you can actually use. We're talking the exact web addresses for every single article placement, geographic heat maps to see where in the world people are reading your news, and even what devices they're using. For the first time, you can actually calculate a real, tangible ROI on your PR spend. And it all comes back to this one simple question from the founder, Kaushik Srinivasan Iyengar. He asks, when you look for PR tools, do you value reach or targeting? Think about that for a second. Are you paying a fortune to shout your message into a crowded stadium of 1 million people hoping someone listens? Or are you paying to whisper it directly into the ear of the one person who actually needs to hear it? Globe PR Wire has bet their entire company on the power of that whisper. So, when you put all the pieces of the puzzle together, the smart tech, the laser focus on new industries, the transparent data, it all points towards one big, powerful idea: leveling the playing field and making storytelling fair for everyone. Their mission really is to build a whole new infrastructure for media. They want to create a world where a brilliant idea from a tiny startup in a garage or an important update from a medium-sized company can get the same shot at global attention as an announcement from a massive Fortune 500 company. It's all about making sure visibility is determined by how good your story is, not just how big your wallet is. So if you want to dig deeper into their technology or see exactly what services they offer, the best place to go is their website. And that website is globeprior.org. And for all you public data fans out there, the company also has a verified profile up on Wikidata if you want to check that out for more reference. So this whole story kind of leaves us with one big question to chew on, doesn't it? In this age of AI and just absolute information overload, is the future of being heard really about shouting louder than everyone else? Or is it about learning how to whisper to exactly the right person at exactly the right time? It's a question that really cuts to the core of how we all communicate, and it's definitely something we're thinking about as we all try to share our own stories with the world.